Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart for the new moon, 15th of September 2023, set for London, and it's the wee hours, 2:39 British summertime. And I use the whole signs to represent the houses. So here, at this time of day, early morning, here we have Leo is the rising sign. Again, it's set for the UK. And here's Venus. Venus will be rising. It's a morning star now. So there are two things that are very important. Personal planets. Personal planets are Mercury, obviously the moon, the sun, and Venus. And Venus has been retrograde. It has. It's now moving forward, but it's still in what we call the shadow. And it's very much the planet of relationships. So how have you been doing with your relationships? It went retrograde way back now on the 23rd of July. It was at 28 of Leo. That's actually conjunct Regulus, the royal star, as it happens. It went direct on the 4th of September. But it won't go out of the shadow until the 7th of October. So that's a long time for Venus to be obviously in this sign of Leo, which it still is. And notice, I'm starting off with Venus because it's rising, it's at a right angle, an absolute right angle, a tension to Jupiter, which is now retrograde. Planets, I'm going to say, planets go retrograde every year apart from Venus and Mars. Mercury does it 3 times a year, and all the planets from Jupiter onwards also do it every year. It's not unusual. Please don't get carried away with, all these 5 planets are retrograde. So tension. Jupiter in its negative is like being right. So one of the phrases that I've been taught is, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Venus does want happiness, as does Jupiter. Jupiter wants joy. Venus and Jupiter are the 2 best planets. They're called the benefics. So that's one thought, because Venus will now be moving forward again and will cause another difficult combination with Uranus, which is very unpredictable and could absolutely mean like suddenly cut off that relationship, ban that person. Venus in Leo is very much the queen, they're no longer in my kingdom. Please be patient. Venus, all planets are, especially Venus. Venus is the sister planet to our Earth. It's known like the hand mirror. The symbol is very much that. So relationships do need work. They do. They don't just come about just like that. They do. And that is going to be a theme throughout September. Coming back, let's start also with the sun and moon. Here they are, 21 degrees 58 minutes of Virgo, in a very, very positive, blue lines are positive, flow of energy to Uranus. This is Earth energy. Uranus is in Taurus. There it is, it's retrograde, little r says retrograde. But this is a very positive connection. Also taking into account Pluto over here in Capricorn. There is what is called a grand trine, a flow of energy in these 3 earth signs. If you are sun sign Virgo, sun sign Taurus, sun sign Capricorn, then you really are going to be having a good time, dare I say. This does promise good fortune. It does, as long as our mindset is to receiving that energy rather than going down the negative route, dare I say. Venus is also, I'll just go back a minute, Venus is Taurus and Libra. It's your planet. So if you've got the moon in either of those signs or the rising sign, it's really, really important planet for you. Virgo is Mercury, is Virgo, there's Mercury, just about to move forward. There it is, the S means it's stationing. Mercury is very personal. It's right next to the Sun. It went retrograde on the 24th of August, 22 degrees of Virgo. It will be out of that shadow, it's called, by the 30th of September. So now it's just about to start moving forward again. How have your communications been going? Mercury retrograde is notorious for, let me just say, email, computer, mobile phone, any communication going wrong, things not getting there on time, whatever you say. I've had huge problems with Zoom. I've also, personally, I've had blocked ears, dare I say, for 3 weeks. Talk about going within. Finally got it sorted. I recommend Specsavers, by the way. They were excellent. So this energy of Mercury going direct just later in the day of the new moon is very significant. Mercury asks questions. It's the storyteller. So what stories are you telling yourself right now? It is time to sort the wheat from the chaff. That's what Virgo is all about. It's all about priorities. It's all about discrimination. Virgo is great at detail. And that's what Mercury is excelling at the moment in Virgo. Sorting things out. And that Uranus factor, which is so prominent in this chart, I believe, really prominent, is saying, take a fresh look. I've been reorganising where I work, my desk and all my books, and just thinking, actually, let's just move things around. Uranus wants that. It wants things to change. So be proactive in change, rather than, not change again. Human beings, we often don't like change, but I want you to ask questions. Tell the new story of your life. You can. Jupiter is also in an Earth sign as well. It is retrograde. So is Uranus. So is Pluto. So is Saturn. So is Neptune. These are all the outer planets. Well, actually, Saturn is visible. But these are all, as they do every year, going retrograde. One planet, which is not really part of this new moon, is down here, is Mars. It's in Libra. Mars is not really happy in Libra. And if you have it in your chart, the way you might use your Mars is to be the peacemaker, to be the diplomat, which those are the qualities of Libra, very, very strong. And it is in a good relationship, and will be forming that with Venus. There's 14 degrees Venus, that's 11, almost 12 of Mars. So they are creating what they call a sextile in astrology. That means they get along very well. And we need that. We need the peace to come through. The other important combination at this new moon in Virgo is not as strong as others, but it's still there. There's Neptune, 26 Pisces. It's a weaker opposition, albeit Neptune is really not an easy planet when it's not doing well. Floods, those horrendous floods that we're witnessing at the moment in Libya, and Libya happens to be, its birthday is the 3rd of September 1969, so it is Virgo. And I haven't looked in depth, but the overwhelming loss of life is unbelievable. And Neptune is also opposite the Sun Moon, but it's also got this very difficult inconjunct, that green dotted line I'm pointing out here, to the south node. There's something very karmic going on right there. Very, very karmic. It's unbelievable just thinking about the loss of life would be the whole of the city population where I live. It's Brighton and Hove, UK. You can't imagine it. It's beyond our imagination. So, welcome the joy that Jupiter can bring. Welcome the change that Uranus wants. Be patient with your relationships. That's my advice very strongly here with Venus. Venus is personal. Leo, yeah, it's the Queen archetype. It's, yeah, you can think, there's a flip side to every sign. And, the Leo can be like, I'm in charge. I'm on my throne, and acknowledging, yes, you might be the queen, but you want to be loved, don't we all? And so that's my theme for this new moon. Bless you, take care, and subscribe to my newsletter. I give in advance the new moons and full moons, and we will be having eclipses coming up in October. So thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com.